Buddhas appear on earth in their innumerable transformation bodies beyond calculation, and everywhere the ignorant following them listen to the Dharma. There is one thing which is released from such conditions of existence as beginning, middle, and ending, removed from existence and non-existence, all-pervading, immovable, pure, and above multiplicity, and yet producing multiplicity. So verse 40 talks about the Buddhas appearing on earth in their innumerable transformation bodies beyond calculation. Now, I spoke about the transformation body in the previous video, along with the understanding of the triple body of truth, Dharmakaya, which is what verse 41 is referring to, the body of transformation, which is the Nirmanakaya. This is the body that appears in the world. And then there's the Sambhogakaya, the body of mutual enjoyment, which relates to the transformation of our inner world. But here we're talking about the transformation bodies of the Buddha, which appear on earth, innumerable beyond calculation. And as I mentioned in the last video, it's supposed to be a very rare occurrence for a Buddha to appear in the world, and rarer still for one to teach, to actually teach the Dharma. So it's very rare, but here we're told they're innumerable. And everywhere the ignorant following them listen to the Dharma. So why are the listeners of the Dharma described as ignorant? Who are these followers of these Buddhas listening to the Dharma? Well, a follower of the Buddha is a Buddhist. I've mentioned before how difficult it is to get enlightened. If you're a Buddhist, it's probably impossible, as many Buddhists themselves believe it's impossible to become enlightened. We can't argue with that. If you're a Buddhist, it's very difficult to get enlightened. We must be grateful to the Buddhists, though, because they've preserved the teachings of the Buddha. So we must thank them for that. Grab these teachings and run with them. And why is it so difficult to get enlightened if you're a Buddhist? Well, there are many reasons. One is because you're following a Buddha. You've got an idea of the Buddha. These are the innumerable transformation bodies. You have an idea of who the Buddha was, maybe even what he looked like, and you've probably got a good idea about what he taught. These are the innumerable transformation bodies. They're not out there in the physical world, they're in here. And as I said previously, in talking about the Sambhogakaya, the body of mutual enjoyment, we create our own inner world, our own personal mythology. We relate to it, rather than relate to some dreary conventional reality, which has no more claim to truth than our inner world, than our inner reality. It's all fabrication, so let's make the best possible one. And that's where most Buddhists stop, because they forget that that inner reality which they're working on, which they're visualizing and paying homage to, is not the truth. It's not the Dharmakaya. That's what's outlined in verse 41. It's beyond beginning, middle and end. It's beyond cause and effect. It's beyond time. It's beyond existence and non-existence. It's all-pervading. It's immovable. In other words, it's still, it's pure, it's one, and yet everything depends on it. All multiplicity depends on it. This is the truth. This is the realization of truth. It's got nothing to do with conventional reality. It's got nothing to do with our mythical reality. the structures of our beliefs, no matter how glorious and splendid they are. As a Buddhist, it's very difficult to let go of that. In fact, if you're a believer of any kind, it's difficult to let go of your beliefs. And Buddhists have their beliefs just as strongly as others do. So with regard to the Dharmakaya, the body of truth, the followers of the Dharma, the Buddhists, are ignorant. But that doesn't mean to say we shouldn't be a Buddhist and enjoy being a Buddhist. If the truth escapes us, if realization escapes us, then we can be a Buddhist and have a spiritual lifestyle. Unfortunately, spiritually speaking, that's not even the next best thing. It's not even some kind of default option. It's a dead end spiritually, and to come out of that dead end takes an effort which is actually quite inconceivable. 42 tells us further about the Dharmakaya that there is an essence entirely covered by thought constructions and hidden inside all that has body. Because of perversion, there is Maya. Maya, however, is not the cause of perversion. It's perversion that's the cause of Maya. Perversion is an intrinsic part of awareness. It's that aspect of awareness which forgets itself and focuses on what it's aware of. It takes the object of awareness to be what is real, and awareness itself vaporizes into nothing. And that's Maya. That's when all there is the object of awareness, plus that inclination to believe in the reality of the object of awareness, rather than in the reality of awareness itself. And this is what gives rise to the other two bodies. So the body of truth is also what gives rise to delusion. It gives rise to thought constructions. It gives rise to beliefs. It gives rise to notions of bodies.